everyone, it's Danielle and welcome back to Rosetta Vera. I'm coming to you with a haul. I decided to do things a little bit differently. The past couple of months I've been kind of hauling things as they come in, and then I felt like you guys really liked when I did the big haul a couple of months ago. So I think going forward I'm just going to do one video kind of showcasing the things that I bought within the past month, like say 4 to 6 weeks, depending on when the videos come out. So this is going to be my August supply haul. So it may jump around a little bit because I may just film the stuff on different days so I can put things away and they're not just sitting on my desk. But we're gonna jump in with some things I picked up from Michaels. So Michaels was still having their mega clearance haul. You know what, do I need a light on? It's a little dark in here. Yeah, that's better. Michaels was still having their mega clearance haul. So I decided to pick up some more embossing powders. These were all $2 each. So I picked up what is it? Eggplant, champagne, whoops, charcoal. What color is this? Canary. The first ones, I think these are all recollections. They might just be from different time periods because the labels are different. So this is Canary. We have Sapphire. We have, let's see, Golden Sand. We have Orange Sparkle. And then finally we have Snow. So you can use embossing powder in like stamping projects. So you use embossing ink with a stamp and then you kind of heat up, sorry, let me back up. You'll use embossing ink on your stamp. You'll stamp the image, then sprinkle the embossing powder on top of it. You know, brush off any excess and then take your heat gun across it and it makes the image embossed on the paper. And like based on the color of your powder, that's what the embossing will look like. So if you're using white, like the snow, it would be that snow color. If you use this orange sparkle, it would be an orange sparkle image. You can also use these on resin. So if you wanted to stamp one of your resin items with this embossing powder, you can do that. And then if you want to, you can do a clear coat of resin just to kind of save the image. Another way I've seen these used is actually in your resin, like stirring it up to dye the resin. I don't know if I want to use it that way, but I've seen a couple of videos of people using it that way as well. I picked these up because they were $2 each, and I'm just going to add them to my embossing powder collection because I have different colors. Next, I picked up this bottle of Pigment Based Ink from Dollar Ronnie, I think that's the name. This is their Aquafine watercolor ink. So you can use this for calligraphy, you can use this for painting, you can use it for resin. This bottle was $2 on clearance. The color is Cadmium Yellow Deep. I needed something to get free shipping, so I threw this in there. I do have some inks, but they're in a spray bottle. They're not in a dropper like this. But you can use these again, calligraphy, painting. You could use it to dye resin. You could use it to do effects in resin. So there's a bunch of different things you can do with this watercolor ink. So I mentioned in my last Michaels pickup that I had picked up the Prismacolor pencils on sale for $10, marked down from $23. And I got I think it was the Botanical Gardens collection. And I mentioned there were 2 other sets. So I picked up the 2 other sets. So you have Under the Sea and Landscape. I mentioned that there's some overlap in some of the colors. I'm trying to see here. Is there overlap in these 2 sets? Offhand, I'm not seeing overlap in these 2 sets, but I do believe there's some repeats with the Botanical Garden set. But I think it's maybe 1 or 2. So if you bought all 3 sets, you would have 36 Prismacolor pencils to play with, 35 if there's repeats, or 34 if there's repeats. But I thought it was a great deal considering these sets usually go for $23 each, and I got them for $10 each. So I swatched out the Botanical Garden earlier this month, so I'll probably swatch these out sometime in September so that you can see what they look like. I remember liking the Botanical Garden ones, and that was partly why I picked these up too. And then finally, in this order from Michaels, I picked up some Liquitex acrylic color paint in titanium white and in ivory black. And the thought was that I could use this for details on resin. So this is permanent, water resistant, and flexible when dry. So, I mean, I figured they'd be nice basic colors to have. I did buy some paint a couple of months ago, and I think it was gold, silver, and bronze. And I said, let me pick up some acrylic paint in black and white. Usually I would pick up the craft acrylic paint, but the thing that stood out to me with these is that they're flexible. A lot of times those little bottles of acrylic paint, they flake. And I didn't want that because I didn't know how that would play out on the resin, so I bought these instead. So that's what I got in this Michaels trip. Let me move on to, well, it wasn't a trip. It was an order online because I had a coupon. So that's what I picked up in this order. All right, moving on with some stuff I bought from Amazon. I needed to buy some gloves for when I'm using resin and clay and paint. So I picked up this 100 pack of extra large, what's it, nitrite gloves. So I'll put prices of everything I purchased below and links when I have them. I mean, I have links for the Michaels stuff, but I'll double check. But I picked up this box of 100. It's funny how every time I have boxes of gloves, they either sit for a long time or I go through them really quickly. But I had no gloves in the house, so I had to buy these. Next, I picked up a 3-pack of scissors. My scissors always start their life as paper scissors, and then they become household scissors, which means that when I go to do projects, my scissors are dull. So we're gonna try this again. That I bought these scissors to be basically paper, fabric, and like miscellaneous crafts scissors, and I'm gonna label them so that I know which one is which, and these are gonna just stay in my art supplies because you gotta have good scissors. I really wanted to buy Fiskars, but Fiskars weren't in the budget right now, so we got these from Amazon. Moving on to more cutting supplies. This is a paper trimmer I found on Amazon. I have one I bought from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. It's a little smaller than this. So it's starting to get a little dull. I know I can change the blades, but it is a little flimsy also. So I said, let me buy a new one. Again, I wanted to buy a Fiskars, but Fiskars wasn't in the budget right now. So I got this. I'm still kind of on the fence about how I feel about paper trimmers like this. My original paper trimmer was a rotary one, and I loved that trimmer. It was just so hard to find blade replacements. So I wound up giving it to my daughter with the last blade replacements I had. So that's why I switched over to this style. what I have found with this style is, well, not this one, but my Hobby Lobby one is like, sometimes it doesn't cut straight and I don't know why. Like sometimes my stuff is a little off. That's another reason I wanted the new one, to kind of see if it was just the Hobby Lobby one or it's this style. So I'm gonna try this one out, and I'm put the Hobby Lobby one. I don't know if I'm gonna throw it away or just put it away until I figure out what's going on, because it's always good to have more than one. And the Hobby Lobby one is a little bit smaller. Maybe I'll keep it for like when I'm taking projects with me. I don't know. But that's the paper cutter. What is it? Fierbon is the label. And again, like I said, I'll put links and prices. And then in other cutting news, I bought a cutting mat, and there's a story behind why I had to buy this cutting mat. I used to have two very nice cutting mats, high quality, and a couple of years ago, my old apartment, they redid the kitchen, and I had a party for Christmas, and my brother gave everyone money as a gift, and one of my cousins put his card down towards the edge of the counter, and all of the money fell behind the wall because the contractor hadn't sealed the counter to the wall. So $400 fell behind the cabinet, and my cousin grabbed my cutting mat to try to stick it in the crack to bring the money out, and dropped my cutting mat behind the cabinet also. He was going to use my second cutting mat, and I grabbed that from him before he could do that and put the other one behind there. But somewhere in my move, the second one went missing too. So here we are, I had to buy a new one. So I picked this up from Amazon. This is an 18 by 12 cutting mat. These are good to have like when you're using the roller cutter to cut fabric or cut paper. These are good to have. Some people use them for all of their paper crafts, but I feel like if I'm not using a roller cutter or a razor blade, or I'm trying to think, an X-Acto knife, I wouldn't really use them. So that's pretty much what I wanted it for things where I'm cutting a lot, so that I'm not ruining my desk or any of my other pads. So that's what this is for. And this is by Doll. My pencil sharpener is by Doll. Don't buy that pencil sharpener. I think I showed it to you in a video. Don't buy that. I picked up this little bottle of Mod Podge, and this goes again to why sometimes you need to pay attention to the flow ounces. You know, I got a drop list alert that, oh, the Mod Podge in your hot list is on sale for, I think it was like $2. And I was like, oh, Mod Podge is on sale for $2. Let me get that. And then it came, and I was like, why did I buy this? This is tiny. I don't buy tiny bottles of Mod Podge. But it's matte, and I don't think I have any matte. I think the Mod Podge I have in my cabinet is you know, glossy and sparkle. I guess I'll find something to use it for. I mean, I only paid $2. That's $1 an ounce. So, I mean, it won't go to waste. It'll get used in something. I just have to think about what that something is, because I really don't use Mod Podge matte. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I just was like, oh, $2, and I didn't look any further. So that's that. Another example of looking at the flow ounces. I was looking at some resin videos, and they were talking about using liquid latex on the backs of your projects before you dome them. And what it does is it kind of creates a barrier on the bottom of the piece, so that when you're pouring over the resin to dome it, it's not going on the bottom. So once everything is dry, you could just peel the liquid latex off and everything is nice and neat. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy a bottle of liquid latex. I know it. It's used in special effects, like special effects makeup. And I was thinking like, oh, I thought I was ordering a bottle like this size. And when it came, it was this size. And I was like, oh, I didn't notice it said 16 ounces. So I will have liquid latex for a very long time. That's a good thing because I didn't pay a ridiculous price, but yeah, I was not expecting a bottle this big to show up. I gotta pay more attention when I'm buying things. I did order some books from Amazon, but I'm going to put them together with the books I get from Book Outlet because I placed the order, and I'm also going to Barnes and Noble this month, so I'll put those all together. Okay, so continuing my August haul, I had to buy some things from Shein, which is the makeup arm of Shein. So I decided to just pick up a couple of things for art projects. So let's kind of take them out to packages, and then I'll talk about what I have. Okay, so this is everything outside of the packages. So let me start with the things from the makeup side of Shein that I'm actually going to use for art projects. So if you've been with me a little while, I swatched the Pastels by Jane Davenport, and I was saying that instead of buying her little buffing brush, you could buy a little buffing brush from Shop Miss A. That's where I got this one from. There's still some pastels on there, but you can use these kind of brushes to buff in color. So I have this one. This one is from Shop Miss A. I have a couple of other ones around, but since I was on Shein, I decided to pick up some more. So you know, they're firm brushes. You can use them for like brushing pastels on the paper, pastel pigments. You can use them if you're using like makeup products to put color on the paper. I don't know why this one came with a little cover. They're basically the same one. So I'll put links to these. So these were two separate kinds. I think they said different sizes, but they look like the same size. I think one was priced more than the other. Not seeing a big difference between the two. And even these were a pack of 4. They're kind of the same thing too. So I'm not sure why they were all so separately. The only things I'm seeing differently is like maybe the color of the actual bristles. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing. But they're firm little brushes. Don't buy the Jane Davenport ones. You can buy these from Shein. You can buy them from Shop Miss A, and they don't have to cost you an arm and a leg. So now I have 6 of them to go with the ones I already had. And put that in my brush cup. And that's on the She Glam side of Shein. Oops. The next thing I picked up, Shein sells a lot of nail supply items. So like if you're a person who's into nail art and you're looking for little detailed things to put on your nails, you can find that there. So I picked up these little butterflies, and I'm actually going to use them in resin art. I like them because they have kind of a 3D effect. So I'm either going to use them on some clay projects just to give a little bit of dimension, or I'm going to use them in resin projects for dimension. So they have other little details, but I said, let me just buy this set, see how many come in the set, and then I can kind of decide if I want to buy a few more. So that's 7, so there's 10 in this little package, and they're all different colors. So I thought this would be something nice to kind of play with. So that's that. So that's everything from like the makeup side of Shein. Then I was looking at the home side. These are just like little picture holders. Trying to see if I have something near me that I could just stick in the slot. Just something basic. You could just put your little postcard or card in it, and it kind of holds it up, or picture. Let's see if you can see that. So I just picked them up. I think they were $1 each. It's really just a piece of wood with a slot in it. You could probably make these. I bought them just to have them, like if I'm taking pictures of my cards, I could display them well. So I just picked up white and just one that was unpainted. What I'm seeing now is they're 2 different sizes, but it's Shein. You know, Shein's quality is, you know, so-so. But that's what I picked these up for. They're just kind of for taking pictures. I also picked up this little palette. Now, I've talked about this in other videos about the pictures and how you can expect something different than what you get. Now, look, when I ordered this palette, it showed a picture of a brush next to the palette. So I was expecting a pretty big palette, and this is what I got. And all I can say is they must have used the tiniest brush in creation in order to make this palette look much bigger, because I was expecting something like that big, not this. It was a buck. I know it was a buck. I should have expected that it was tiny, but I didn't. Okay, I didn't. It's also really flimsy plastic. I mean, they probably should have sold these 5 for $1. That's how flimsy it is. It's cute. I mean, I guess you can use it in videos for the aesthetic. It comes in different colors. But yeah, that's the little palette. I'm gonna use it. I'm not gonna waste $1. I'm gonna use it. But yeah, this was not what I expected. So that's that. And then finally, I just got a little box of stickers. These are similar to the stickers I get from AliExpress. So shouldn't be really any surprises here. I like these little stickers. These are primarily the kind of stickers I order from AliExpress. You know, I actually came across some in a bag in a closet, and I used them for sealing up party invitations, and I like them for things like that, like just a little quick sticker on something, like on a card, or you know, on a letter or something like that, on an envelope. I just think they're like a nice little bit of whimsy. I know people use these for journaling and things like that, but I like them. I like that you get a couple of stickers for, like, each sticker you get a couple of them, so you're not just like, oh, I've used all of the phonograph ones, you know, because you only have one. You get like 3 of them. So I just bought this little set. I think it was $1, and that's about what I pay at AliExpress when I buy these kind of stickers. But yeah, so that's everything from Shein. So let's finish up August's haul. So I'm gonna start with some random items. I picked up this charging cord from Bando. I had picked it up with the thought in mind of using it for my UV lamp, because the cords that come with the UV lamp are like that long, so I don't know what they want you to plug that into. But now that I'm looking at this, I don't know if it's gonna work, because this is more Apple related, but I'll play around with that. I actually picked up 2 cords, but of course my daughter took one because it was purple. This is about, let's see, it's 60 inches long. That means it's like 5 feet. That doesn't look like 5 feet. Yeah, it says it's compatible with iPhones, iPods, and iPads. They use an 8-pin lightning charging cable. I don't know if you guys know too much about Bandel, but they're like a novelty brand. They sell t-shirts, travel items, stationery, and they usually have like a warehouse sale a couple of times a year. So I will put the link to Bandel in the description box, and I'll put the price I paid for this somewhere here because I don't remember offhand. Next, I picked up another mold for resin from Amazon. So this mold has different pendant shapes. So you have circles, ovals, teardrops, squares, and heart shapes. And I thought this would give me a little more variety than the molds that I have from Michaels. This is actually a pretty firm mold, so I'm wondering how it's going to work with the resin. So I'll put the price I paid for it here, and of course put the link below. So the rest of the items from my August haul are going to be books. The first thing I picked up was this LOL Surprise Jumbo Coloring and Activity book. I think I paid $1 for this, but I don't remember. I do collect the LOL, like tall, what are they called? Like fashion dolls. I don't really like the smaller LOL dolls. They're really tiny, don't have much detail, but the fashion dolls are nicer. I picked up the coloring book because it has that chibi look to the girls with the big eyes. I don't know I'm gonna keep this yet. I'm still thinking about it. I may give it away, but the illustrations are cute, so we'll see. They also have tear and share pages, they say. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, they do. They have perforated pages, so I don't know. Maybe I'll take out a couple pages that I like and then pass it on. So that's that. The next couple of items are from Amazon. So I picked up the Bees, Birds, Butterflies, and sticker anthology. I have a companion anthology to this called the Botanist sticker anthology. I've been looking at this one I won't say a long time, but a little while. So it was on a discounted price, so I picked it up. I think there is maybe one other book in this collection that's like seashore related. I'm not sure I'm gonna pick that one up just yet. So this book is in 3 sections, of course. So you have your birds here with some filler floral images and letter images. So you have all different types of birds in here. Then you have your bee section. Let me get to that. Oops, still birds. Here you go. So then you have your bee section, which you have a lot of different floral stickers interdispersed throughout too. And then some filler images. If you're into bees, you'll really like the stickers in this book. Same if you're into birds and butterflies, there's a lot of variety. I will do a flip through of this book at some point. I know I'm behind on the flip throughs of sticker anthologies. I think I still have a couple to do, but I will try to get it done before the end of September. And then finally we have butterflies. So you have caterpillars, butterflies, moths. The funny thing about me buying this book is I really don't like bugs, but I do like pictures of butterflies and bugs. I just don't like them in real life. So there you go. You have those different images of butterflies to work with. So that is the Bees, Birds, and Butterflies sticker anthology. I should have inserted the price at some point. Next, we have this book from Sticker Studio. It's called Arcana. This is a sticker gallery of vintage ephemera. I think I said that right. So you have over 600 artful stickers in this book. I've definitely been watching these books for a while, and this one went down on Amazon, so I ordered it. So I haven't even looked at this book, to be honest, to see what was in here. So definitely giving some steampunk kind of vibes. Oh, there's some fish. Well, not fish, those are dolphins, whales. Yes, so definitely that kind of industry meets, you know, science meets nature kind of vibe. These don't come across as vintage as like the antiquarian books, but definitely some interesting images in here. So I'll do a flip through of these two. Like I said, definitely giving me steampunk vibes. You know, Poe vibes, Edgar Allan Poe vibes. So I'll do a flip through of this book on my channel as well. So I see an astronaut in there. Okay. And then I got some coloring books from Coco YO. Let me make sure I got them in order. You know what? Let me do these other books before I do the Coco YO. So I picked up this Morgana Sky, The Witch's Cottage adult coloring book. I think I saw it on someone's channel. And as we're heading into that time of year, I just decided to get something that wasn't necessarily Halloween themed, but creepy themed. I do like the illustration, the details of the pages, and I like that it's not like a campy kind of witch. So I thought this was fun to pick up. So this is The Witch's Cottage by Morgana Sky. And then, like I said, I have a bunch of books from Coco YO. The first one is called The Beach Life. And of course, it's very beach themed. That's a duplicate already. That's interesting. Oh, that's on the front page. Okay, that's why it looked familiar. So you have your little tropical themed coloring pages. And I'll do a flip through at some point for this. Next we have Self-Care. So a little more of a casual illustration, not as I don't want to say not as detailed because the pages are still detailed, but definitely a different style than the Beach Life book, but still fun. Then we have The Big Adventure of Catacorn. This was sitting in my Amazon cart for a while. I don't even know why I put it in there, but I decided this time around to just pick it up. So then you have Catacorn and going on different adventures. Even outer space. Is that the Dark Star? Okay. All right. And then the last book from Coco Wyo is called Glassy World. And I think I got an alert that this was a new book from Coco Wyo, and that was how I picked this one up. And I thought it would be cool to play with some different shades of blue to get that glass looking, that translucent look on these photos. Not photos, illustrations. So that is Glassy World. And then I have, finally, I have my book outlet haul. So the first thing I picked up was the mini Pusheen coloring book. This is like nice to throw on your bag. As you may know, I picked up the bigger book, Pusheen book, a couple of months ago. So I picked up this little one from Book Outlet. I picked up another sticker book from Sticker Studio. This is Atlantis, and it's a sticker gallery of the deep blue sea. So again, you have different stickers within the theme. These are really brightly colored. And there are a couple of books in this series. These books start at $25, and I definitely did not pay $25 for the other book I bought from Amazon or this one. I feel like this one might have been $12 on Book Outlet, and the other one I might have paid $14, $15. But by now you've seen the prices in the video, so I may be close if I'm remembering correctly. So that's that. Also from Book Outlet, I picked up Johanna Basford's World of Flowers. I have her Lost Ocean coloring book, and I think I have like her book that teaches you how to draw in her style. So this is just the second coloring book I have of hers. I like that one. That laboratory kind of look. Like almost like a perfume making laboratory. So that's World of Flowers. Next I have Rise Up, coloring book celebrating Black courage, resilience, and faith. I actually saw this in the Rutgers bookstore near where I work, and kind of flipped through it, but didn't feel like paying, what was it, $15 for it. So I actually got this for less than $10 on Book Outlet. So I kind of kept my eye on it. And when I saw it on Book Outlet, I decided to pick it up. And it kind of reminds me of, what is it, the Zondervan books, in a way. There's different illustrators in this book for each page. So that's a little different than most coloring books you see. Okay. Then we have the original Spirograph coloring experience. Some of you may be familiar with Spirographs. You had one as a kid. I did not have one as a kid, but I have one as an adult. And you make these little designs. I used to make these little designs with a compass. That was how I learned how to do them. Learned it in art class. But I thought this would be interesting to kind of play with patterns in different ways. So that is the Spirograph coloring book. Okay, and then my last coloring book is called Just Add Color Fairyland. And you got a lot of pattern play throughout. A lot of I don't know if I would feel like this is necessarily a coloring book. It feels more like clip art images that they put together with maybe a handful of illustrations. So I don't know how I feel about this one just yet. So there's supposed to be other titles in this series, but don't know how I feel about that one. And then finally, my last three items, I picked up some drawing books from Ed Emberly. I have two of these books already. I've had for a while. And I would say the way these came to my attention, I remember these books from when I was a kid, but I didn't really read them. And then I used to follow this artist. I think her name of her business was called The Small Object. And she used to talk about Ed Emberly, and she used to do a little series of thumbprint characters. And that was kind of like me rediscovering Ed Emberly and buying a couple of his drawing books. So I picked up these three books. So the first one is called Ed Emberly's drawing book, Make a World. And they're like really simplistic ways of learning how to draw things. So you learn step by step. So you have, you know, cars, people, buildings, some miscellaneous things in the Make a World book. And then we have the drawing book of animals. And so this will go into a little more detail of how to draw different animals. And I mean, this is a very simplistic doodle style of doing things. But it can be fun. It can be a fun way to learn how to doodle and draw in this way. And then we have the drawing book of faces. So again, it's very doodle style, but it can be fun to play with. Like I said, I remember these books, Ed Emberly books, existing when I was a kid. But I don't think I ever really paid much attention until I found that artist who, I don't know why I can't remember her name. I think her name was Sarah Newsberg, but she's a illustrator. I'll put her information below. But like, this book was made in '75. So it's been around a long time. And, you know, Ed Emberly is famous for the style of drawing. So that is everything in my August haul. I'm recording this video on August 28th. Well, I'm recording the end of this video on August 28th. I actually have recorded pieces of this video at different points in the month. I don't know if I'll be ordering anything else before August 31st. So I probably will, but I probably won't get it until September. So whatever comes after this, it'll just be part of my September haul versus August. But I hope, you know, you've enjoyed spending time with me. I hope my hauls inspire you. You know, I'm not trying to influence you to buy anything, but I hope they inspire you to maybe look up some new things, or maybe dig into your collection of things that you may have forgotten that you've had. So again, thank you for spending time with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.